From Quigley Stadium in Malvern, Pennsylvania, the Sports Fan Base Network is proud to present Malvern Prep School Lacrosse this afternoon. About to get started, the Friars hosting the Sallies of Salesianum School in non-conference action. Underway. Hi, everybody. My name is Tom Wilms. Thanks so much for joining us as we have a quick face-off violation. And Salesianum will start things off. Chad Cannon wearing number 7. And the Sallies in the blue, Malvern Prep in the white. As we move along, we'll bring you the particulars. Had some challenges getting on the air, but it looks like we are good to go. As Griffin Mcgovern will get it on back down for Michael Mcgarity. Will pretty much quarterback the offensive unit here. So he's looked at by Matthew Civitella. Cuts to the outside. And we'll try to get something rolling here for the Sallies. These two teams met last year. Malvern Prep coming away with a 10-8 victory. So far, the Friars 6-5. Last game for them was on Saturday, an 18-5 win over Unionville. After a couple of tight games back and forth in conference play, including a very low-scoring 5-4 loss to Haverford. And controlled here by Salesianum. They're coming in with a 4-5 record. Their last game was on Friday, a 12-8 loss to Cape Henlopen. That is their first in-state loss since the 2014 state final, which they lost to that same squad. They've won the last 4 Delaware State Championships. So this is a formidable team here in blue. So they set up the offense. Chad Cannon to the left. Takes a shot and that goes wide. But it is backed up by Salesianum. In goal for Malvern Prep. Senior out of Paoli, Pennsylvania. A commit to North Carolina. Number 2, William Pettit. Back behind the cage. Brady Mcgovern trying to swing his way out in front. Throws it all the way back and controlled here by Michael Mcgarity. And cut under a couple of high chops there from number 5 for Malvern Prep, Sean Rushton. Both of these teams feature a number of commits. Chad Cannon pretty much quarterbacking the offense now. He's going to be heading to Providence. Stepping up here is Mcgovern. He's just a freshman. Moving through here is Brian Wong. Ball down. And eventually picked up by Malvern Prep. So first turnover of the game. In goal for Salesianum, junior, number 45, Jake Marchafava. Getting over the center line, Timothy Mitchell. The senior defensive midfielder will work it over now for Colin Houston. And substitutions all abound here. Nice step up, for Evan Lotz. Oh, man from behind. Good call there as Patrick Boyle was looking. Houston, all the way back here for Lotz. Stutter steps to the right. Can't get his hands free. Dumps down. Stozek back behind for Mcgill. Mcgill at X. Looking around, looking for cutters. They are bunched up right in front of the cage in layers, but he comes around himself, takes a sharp angle shot, and that will bounce towards the line and out of play. They're going to call that a backup for Malvern Prep's Will Paton. 9:08 left to go first quarter. Still no score. Paton with speed, gets around, takes a low shot, and he scores. Got one step on his defender and was gone. And Marchafava had nothing he can do about it. So Paton scores. 9:02 to go here in the first. 1-0 Friars. Wouldn't call that a missed assignment. I just think the restart by Paton was so solid, so strong. At that first couple of steps, the defender had nothing he can do. Maybe you call for the slide, a little bit of help. But sometimes defenders are a little stubborn, thinking, okay, I'll catch him, I'll cut off his angle. But Paton was able to get that step and a half he needed to get his hands free. From that sharp angle, not easy to score there, but again, changed the eye level, and it worked out well. Face-off violation, and this will belong to Malvern Prep, so each face-off combatant has been guilty. Evan Lotz back down for Civitella. And over for Colin Houston. Temperatures in the low 60s. Breezy day here in Malvern. Quite comfortable. So here's Civitella. Trying to slide his way through. Takes a shot, and it looked like it went off the stick of Marchafava. It is backed up by Malvern Prep, so it'll stay Friar ball. Just tried that little right-handed sweep play. Took 2 defenders with him. More speed coming in here. But good backup by Tucker Millhouse wearing 30. That's a case where he got beaten and then able to recover. So here's Boyle. Direction, this is Will Paton. Paton trying to get around. Nice little slide play, though, by Boyle. And Colin Houston has it back up top. Now for Mcgill. Behind it next now for Potemski, Nicholas Potemski out of Perkiomanville, Pennsylvania. He'll try to get a step out in front. Had a cutter as well. Couldn't get him to either. Goes all the way back up top to Lotz. Lotz back inside the restraining box. Goes to the right. Gets his hands free. Takes a shot and bounces it wide. And that'll be backed up again by the Friars and Colin Mcgill. All the pressure so far, all the possession has belonged to Malvern Prep. Salesianum had the first possession, but lost it relatively quickly. So here's Evan Lotz trying to drive his way in. Spins to his left. And back up now for Houston. They'll try the far side. Civitella back now for Houston. Houston one-on-one to the outside. Sharp angle, so he goes back behind for Mcgill. Nice look out in front. Touch shot on its way, but Potemski couldn't quick stick it home. And it is backed up by the Friars. That was a really nice cut in from Potemski. But again, that quick stick is so tough to pull off, especially with all that traffic, that he was basically diving in between. So here's Lotz to the outside. Nice look near side for Mcgill. He'll try a shot. That's high and wide. And again, backed up by Malvern Prep. And you can see that Salesianum, they are bunched up all around the cage. I think they recognize that Malvern Prep may have a speed advantage on them, so they're just going to really cut it low. This shot from the outside. Bounces and they score! Great bounce shot by Evan Lotz. That was a long bounce as well, as Marchafava went down and just could not recover. So 6:48 to go in the first quarter. It's 2-0 Malvern Prep. Faceoffs going to be huge, always are, and one of the toughest faceoff men in all of the area is Rowan Cabahamonte. Going up here against Matthew Riley. He's just a sophomore. So he is getting an absolute lesson here. Nope, it's not Riley. It's actually Mateo Garifo. Oh, pass gets away, and that will be Salesianum ball. So after winning the draw, Almonte just turns it over. So back it comes here for Bradley Santore. Commit to Penn State. Bushweller, the freshman, he'll try to get a shot through. Dylan Mooney on the backup. And the Sallies will slow it down a little bit. Brady Mcgovern. Trying to go up defensively here against Max Joggers. Gets out in front. Soft bouncing shot. Hops high over the cage. Little shoulder barge thrown there by Dylan Mooney. And it's picked up by Wong. Wong almost pushed out of bounds. But Frankenheimer couldn't complete the job. Careful there. Here's Mcgovern. Gets in. Takes a shot and he scores. Brady Mcgovern with another long bouncer. This time off a stick of a Sally. And Salesianum's on the board. 5:59 to go in the first quarter. 2-1 Malvern Prep. Again, I wouldn't say relatively high-scoring game last year. 10-8, that's pretty much standard. But Malvern Prep will play you any way you need. Yeah, a couple of conference games recently were very low-scoring. Hockey scores, dare I say, 5-4. But, of course, last time out, they were able to put home 18 against Unionville. An 18-5 win. Both teams will get a week-long break after this one. Trying to scoop up the face-off there was Houston. It looks like we have an early release, so it will be Salesianum ball. Okay, can't leave the restraining box until possession is established. I think somebody jumped there from Malvern Prep. So here comes Salesianum. Colby Bushweller, again a freshman. Pass up ahead, just out of the reach of Mcgovern, but able to reach out for it. Here's Boyle. Boyle and Cannon are the two who have really been quarterbacking the offense. I don't think Cannon is out there right now. Here's Boyle. And unlike Salesianum, Malvern Prep really stretching defensively is Santore. Draws the double, spins, fires, and it's high by Wong. And it is backed up by Salesianum. Smart offense there, but you got to get that on cage. Falconetti, the future Lehigh Mountain Hawk, dumps it on back for Santori. Spin to the left. Has rushed it all, turned around, dumped all the way back up top. Bushweller might have been better served to shoot from out there. Instead, he gets dumped down. Penalty coming up. Flag down. It's a delayed call against Malvern Prep. They pick it up. So Salesianum will get the first man-up situation of the game. So with 4:42 to go, 30-second pushing call against Colin Mcgill. That'll release at the 4:12 mark. So first man-up opportunity for the Sallies. We're tied up. Actually, it's a 2-1 game, excuse me. Chad Kennan will start it from up top. Mcgovern. Back for Cannon. Over here for Santor. Now Cannon. Great switch work by the Friars, really forcing the Sallies to the outside. Only 10 seconds remaining the man up. Cannon now for Falconetti. Shot from the outside, deflected wide. And no backup for Salesianum. So that should just about do it for the man up. Just 3 seconds remaining. They won't give up the possession. So Salesianum 0 for 1. Nice little kill there. Again, you can certainly see the difference defensively. He just gets over the line and taken over here by Stozek. And Salesianum seems to like to bunch up a bit inside that restraining box. They'll start out spread out, but maybe it's the ball movement of Malvern Prep that really gets the job done. Force them to really squeeze that box in. As here's Waite with a shot, and that's a nice arm save by Marchafava. Just got looked like the elbow. Couldn't get the stick all the way across, but it worked, as it'll be Malvern Prep ball. 3:39 to go first quarter, 2-1 Friars. So here's Stozek, now for Waite. And back now for Stozek. He's heading to Penn State, so he'll be teammates with Bradley Santor, who's wearing blue today. Paton back behind. He's scored one from behind before. Tries to get through Cannon in a midfield position. Across now from Mcgill. Picks up the loose ball. Drew the double for a second, but they release back. Jack Joggers trying to attack here against Logan Bushweller. Bushweller forces him outside. Spins to the left, gets out in front, squeezes through, and he scores! He just felt the pressure on his shoulder and spun away from it. Nothing that Bushweller could do about it. He just fired off the far side post. So 2:55 to go in the first quarter. It's now 3-1 Malvern Prep. Just smart offense there. And you feel that pressure against a part of your body. You know that they might be overcommitting. So you spin the other way, and you could be off to the races. That's exactly what happened there. He was able to split through the defense. Much like when you post up in basketball, it's very similar. Another face-off win here for Malvern Prep. Actually, I think that's our first clean face-off win. The other four face-offs have been results of violations. So here's Civitella to get inside the box. And he'll circle away and dump it back for Evan Lotz. 2:32 to go here in the first quarter. Lotz gets it back from Houston. Houston near side. Fakes to his left. Houston across from Mcgill. Mcgill, left-handed shot, bounces over the cage, but well backed up by the Friars. 2:18 to go in the first. Will Paton, sophomore from nearby Downingtown. Nice look out in front. Is cutting through was Mcgill. Didn't have any possession of it, and it skips away from him for Boyle to control. He'll try to get a rush going the other way. So he will clear, but good transition defense from the Friars. Now he tries to running back his way through. Sharp angle, just tosses it back behind to X and Brian Wong as they try the far side. Only 5 offensive players out there finally coming over the line is Mcgarity. Kind of a trailer situation. So he draws the double, and substitutions here for the Sallies. They actually have 4 on their defensive side, so they're actually shorthanded right now. They finally work it out. Is coming on is Griffin Mcgovern. He has possession. Michael Mcgarity. It took a little time as Mcgarity cuts across. Gets decked there. Ball down, but picked up. And controlled by the Sallies again. Mcgovern up now for Falconetti. Tries a low shot, and it's wide. And that is backed up by Salesianum. Saw some daylight on that far side post. That's one of the toughest spots to make a save as a goaltender. Right at the hip of the opposite side of your stick. So if you're right-handed, to throw it on the left hip and try to make that save, that's tough. Back now, Falconetti. Tosses towards the front of the cage. Turnaround shot. And Wong was double-teamed, got it off, and fortunately for him, it was backed up well with a minute to go here in the first quarter. First extended bit of possession from the Sallies. They scored their lone goal relatively quickly. It wasn't a fast break. This is the first real extended possession for the Sallies. So here's catch Chad Cannon. Nice look up ahead, trying to power his way through Mcgovern. Ball down and taken away by Malvern Prep. 38 seconds to go in the quarter. Cooper Frankenheimer gets over the center line. And controlled here by Potemski. Up back for Lotz. 25 seconds to go. Now here's Houston. Inside the box again for Lotz. Lotz goes to his right. Now to his left. There's a double there. Spins, fires. Nice save. Rebound sitting out in front. Goaltender thought about coming out. It is picked up by the Sallies. They're going to try to kill this last 6 seconds. Maybe they'll get a last rush here. 4 seconds to go. They're going to need a long home run pass. Long pass ahead towards the front of the crease, but that'll roll away, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Malvern Prep leading this one 3-1. We'll take a real quick break. Back in a moment with the second quarter action. You're watching the Sports Fan Base Network.
Welcome to Granite Run Buick GMC. Here's what some of our customers have to say.
It's more of a family atmosphere here.
Thank you, Granite Run.
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 If you're in the market for a new car or truck, do what I did. Go see my friend Ryan Irish and his team at Granite Run Buick GMC. These guys are the best.
And that's why we welcome you to Granite Run.
Visit us in person or online at graniterun.com.
Fans, Malvern Prep offers day camps, sports camps, and summer courses for boys and girls on our beautiful 103-acre campus. Our camps are designed to help your child get ahead, try out a new sport, make some new friends as well, all while having fun. Lunch is included for sports and day camps, so make sure you check it out. Before and after care will also be available. More information and to register, go to malvernprep.org/summer for the Malvern Prep day camps. 1 quarter in the books, and a pretty workmanlike performance from both teams. And basically, everything's pretty even. Face-offs 3-2 in favor of Malvern Prep, but most importantly, it's a 3-1 game. Paton, Lotz, and Joggers, your goal scorers for the Friars, while Brady Mcgovern has the lone goal for Salesianum. Tom Williams here. Thanks so much for joining us. We were mentioning earlier, both of these teams will have a week off. Salesianum will play next home game on a week from today at Wesley College. They'll be playing against James M. Bennett High School. It's a 7 p.m. start there. Make sure you join us a week from today, 4 p.m. start, as the Friars take on Moorestown out of New Jersey. So we switch sides and we're ready to go. I think it's another change at the faceoff dot. I think that's Bushweller for Salesianum. Cabagalmonte for the Friars. Big scramble and another violation. This will belong to Salesianum. Tough go so far on the face-off X for, well, both teams. Again, we've had 6 face-offs and only one of them been won cleanly. So Falconetti will get things rolling. Nice look out in front. Shot comes in, blocked out in front. Looks like it went off of Jackson Powers, the defenseman. Now, unlike in hockey where you get a lot of blocks out in front off of bodies, in lacrosse it is not incredibly common. You prefer to block with your stick, there's not enough padding. Nice look by Mitchell, though. Starts the fast break with Rushton. Pretty good transition D, though, from the Sallies. And the Friars will slow it down. Nicholas Potemski back here for Civitella. Substitutions abound as well. As coming on as Lotz, he has possession. Houston on as well. So they'll be the two top middies. Actually looks like Lotz may slip into an attackman position. Has a man in front. Didn't see him. It was Colin Mcgill. It was all alone on the top of the crease. Houston gets it back. Civitella. Civitella up top. Houston again. One-on-one against Santor. Goes to the left. Nice look out in front. When able to get a spin shot off was Mcgill. Again, Salesianum doing a great job of collapsing. But they're not collapsing as much as they did in the first. They're stretching once again. Ratura, the defensive midi, the long stick midi. Pass up ahead caused a mistake caused. But Malvern Prep responds, picks up possession. This might work. Shot comes in, that bounces wide by Potemski. And it is backed up by Salesianum. They'll have possession. Well, again, you put on that little bit of defensive pressure. Instead of settling in so tight to the cage. And that's a turnover. 10 minutes, 10 seconds to go second quarter. 3-1 lead for Malvern Prep. Got to get it over the line. It's a really good ride so far. And once he gets over the line, lost it out of his cross, it'll be Malvern Prep ball. Tough break there for the Sallies as Cameron Marion just didn't get over the line cleanly. So possession here from Kate Stosek. Back now for Civitella. Carlini off and Lotz on. Lotz with possession, wearing 17. Spin to the left. Good job staying with him. Civitella thought about the outside shot. Tries it again. Nice kneeling save by Marcia Fava. And we go the other way. Possible fast break for Patrick Boyle and the Sallies. Boyle. Over now for Falconetti. Goes goal line extended. And the transition D works. Santori. Little 2-on-2 play. Trying to get the pick from Falconetti. Doesn't work. And he slows it on back now for Logan Bushweller. He'll be heading to Bucknell. He'll be a Bison next year. Bushweller on the far side. Down to 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Falconetti trying to get away from Brownlee. Goes back behind. Looking for cutters out in front. Not a whole lot of movement out in front of the cage. Santori, stutter steps, looking for the cutters again. Goes all the way back up top, and the pass is away from Falconetti. Had to reach across his body, slowed him down. Jump shot, and he scores. Oh, they recover quite well. What a rocket from Logan Bushweller. 8:36 to go here in the second, and it's now 3-2. Again, that's a tough angle, but it looked like Pettit may have been guessing low, and he looked like he picked the high corner. Knew this would be a tight one. Last time out last year, 10-8 game. Pretty much on that pace now as well. Face-off down. And it will be Salesianum ball. And what it kind of looks like, it really does look like, in that case it was Veringer, that they kind of get so low, try to sneak a glove onto the ball. Again, it's got to be all stick. Second you got a glove on that ball, it's a violation. So Salesianum a chance to tie things up. 8:09 to go second quarter. Pass gets away from Mcgarity. Well, sneaking through is Rushton, and he'll start the fast break. A lot of room in front of him. Rushton with a drive, and it goes wide. But it is followed up and kept alive by Champ Boyle. Doyle gets it up now for Houston. And on the far side, here's Joggers, one of the goal scorers. Goes back and forth with Houston. Joggers tries to power his way through Colby Bushweller. Nice look to the near side. Evan Waite with the drive, and he scores. That is really fine ball movement from the Friars, as Waite was able to pick the far side corner. Got a great angle as well. 7:37 to go here in the second. It's now 4-2 Malvern Prep. Well, Friars doing a good job of responding after the Sallies pulled within one and won the ensuing faceoff. Well, thanks to a violation. Again, we've had 7 faceoffs and only one has been won cleanly. So back underway. Veringer in the draw once again for the Friars. Continuing the battle, trying to keep those gloves out of there. Good positioning all the way around. Great battle. Finally squirts out, and Veringer under harassment. A couple of slashes there by Cannon. Still loose. And finally possession by the Friars. No shame in going backwards with that one to Civitella. Just escapes away with some room now. And it gets so bunched up. You got 6 guys battling for those faceoffs once the midfielders come in and help out. Successful clear from Malvern. They're up by 2. 4-2 game. 6:45 to go in the first half. Colin Houston sets up for a run. Gets a pick. Goes wide, but a nice switch as Cannon pushed him away. Goes wide. Tries the sharp angle off the pipe. Another try. They score. It went right into the stick of Eric Spanos. And he made no mistake. 6:31 to go in the second. It's now 5-2 Malvern Prep. Very fortunate bounce for the Friars. Rarely do you get a rebound like that, pretty much right into your cross. And Spanos, about 10 yards out, just buried it. The sophomore and future Maryland Terrapin gets his first goal of the game. Largest lead of the game for Malvern Prep, 5-2. Looks like Cabahug Almonte is back to take this face-off. So strong in the games that I've seen. Falling down, Bushweller. And a pickup here from Malvern Prep. Cabahug Almonte tosses across. That's turned over, skied in the air, and controlled by the Sallies. Mason Griffith, double teamed, gets it over the center line, but the pass was away from Falcon. He couldn't pick it up cleanly. Scrambly play. So here's Brownlee with the long stick. And over here's Paton. Paton will go back behind. Standard from X. Cates to Stostek. Evan Waite. And now over for Jack Joggers. Gets away from him, but no pressure on him. Nice job to slide and bunt it down. Make sure it didn't escape him. Down to 5:39 to go in the second quarter. To the left here, Waite. Another bad pass. As Joggers, I'm not sure if he didn't see it because it looked like it was right there at his hip. No harm, no foul though. Stostek sweeps all the way across, no angle. Trying to spin away from Santor. All the way across the far side. Little fake. Nice angle, and he scores. Jack Joggers gets his second goal of the game. Nice run coming here from the Friars. They're up by 4. It's 6-2. First multiple goal scorer in this one. Joggers, the sophomore, actually the junior rather, from nearby Westchester. Salesianum trying to avoid losing their second straight, as we mentioned earlier. This is a team that dominates the state of Delaware. The last 4 championships in the state has belonged to the Sallies. But they're not in Delaware today. They're in southeastern Pennsylvania. And are dealing with a 3-goal run. Another face-off win for Malvern Prep. Sean Rustin picks it up. Eventually goes around for Paton. Paton here for Lots. And back up here for Colin Houston. Turns it near side for Civitella. Worked for Lotz. He's looked at by Cannon. Friars will slow it down. Lotz calls out a play. Civitella over now for Houston. Houston inside the box. Cuts wide. Tosses back behind X. Nice look to the near side. Nice move to get to the crease. Shot comes in, blocked. Nice little move from Spanos to look shot and swim down. This is given away to Spanos. And back behind, there is a flag. 4:26 left to go in the second quarter. And it looks like this will go against the Sallies. Actually, let's wait on that. Nope, it's going to go against Malvern. 30-second push, and it is Champ Doyle who is guilty, the future Fairfield Stag. Will take a knee. Now, chance here for the Sallies to end this run. They're down by 4. Didn't work quickly last time. They ran out of time. Cannon. All the way around for Falconetti. Again, all being kept to the outside. 2 on the inside of the box. So here's Santor. Now Cannon. And nobody inside once again. Falconetti. Actually, that's Wong, excuse me. Around here for Cannon. Back up top. Thought about the outside shot. Looks near side as the penalty's released. Nice look to the crease. Shot comes in, they score. Well, they took every bit of the 30 seconds plus. Brian Wong right there on the doorstep to shovel it home. It's a non-man-up goal, but you know what? The Sallies will take it. They pull within 3. It's 6-3. $3:53 to go in the second quarter. So the sophomore essentially gets the man up. Doesn't count as one, but again, takes time for the offending player to control or get on the field. As Cabahagalmonte wins the faceoff clean. Nice look. Shot comes in, they score. Quick response, Champ Doyle. Goes low between the legs of Marcia Fava. And just like that, 3:46 to go in the second. It's 7-3 in favor of the Friars. An incredibly clean face-off win. It essentially, when you win that cleanly, becomes as much as a 6-on-5 to a 6-on-3, depending on where the middies are and how quickly they can respond back. You know, the face-off man was flummoxed. As Veringer can't win this one cleanly, but taken over by Garifo. And violation there will be Salesianum ball. Faceoffs have been close, 7-5 in favor of Malvern Prep. And a timeout called by Salesianum. 3:40 left to go, and I think they recognize that they are close to getting run out of here. So they need to find a way to stop this attack of the Malvern Prep Friars. We'll remind you that you can spend your summer with Malvern Prep. Malvern offers a variety of sports camps for all skill levels led by Malvern coaches. For more information and to register, go to malvernprep.org/summer. Speaking of Malvern Prep, their next game will be a week from today. It'll be a 4 p.m. start. I'll have the call for that one as the Friars take on New Jersey's Moorestown High School. So make sure you tune into that one. And as we move along, again, we also have Malvern Prep's matchup against LaSalle. Plus, coming up in May, we'll have the Interact semifinals and finals from Cabrini. So make sure you tune into that. Set up for a fun close to the 2018-2019 high school sports season. Timeout over, and that's a smart timeout from Salesianum. Again, they had a little trouble corralling the ball cleanly. They finally picked it up, and there were a lot of pressure, so hey, call that timeout late in the second quarter. Make sure you get clean possession and try to pull within 3. A little bit of confusion, it seems, from Salesianum. See if they've got the right numbers out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Now we're underway. Running right into the teeth of the ride was Santori. He's like practically triple team. He's trying to running back his way through. He gets over that center line. That might have been part of the plan. If he gets through the 3, that means there's open men. Dump back now for Cassidy. He's being harassed by Rushton. So he gets back inside the box and then dumps it back for Falconetti. 3:15 to go in the first half. Near side Santori. Looked at by Carlini. All the way around here for Cassidy. And back behind Falconetti. All being kept to the outside. Basically, it's a box plus 2 defensively here for Malvern Prep. Santori spins away, looks for the cutters, and dumps it on back. Bushweller across. Cassidy buries his head, tried to pass back. Knocked out of his cross and scooped up by Brownlee. Good defensive work by the Friars. They'll look to push, little stutter step and high leg kick by Iacone. Nice look to the crease. Shot comes and they score. Great pass for Will Paton, who buries it for his second of the game. 2:36 to go in the second quarter. It's now 8-3 Malvern Prep. Sometimes you get so mesmerized as a defender watching the midfielders move in, lose track of the attackmen who are supposed to be on the crease. Just nestled right between the triangle there. And Paton buries it, no problem. Paton with 2, Jack Joggers with 2, and a 5-goal lead for Malvern Prep. Whistle blows, and it is Veringer trying to take the draw here for Malvern Prep. Another lengthy battle. Midfielder trying to figure out position, and possession belongs to Salesianum. And they will call timeout. Second timeout called. Nice face-off win from Logan Bushweller. So with 2:14 left to go in the first half of play. I think Salesianum being smart here. Again, another good timeout called. Yeah, possession. I think it's as close to must score as you can get. Down by 5. You want to certainly get a better taste in your mouth. Heading into the second half of play. Again, this is certainly not an insurmountable lead. Problem has been some turnover issues here from Salesianum. And they get close to the crease. Malvern Prep does such a good job of collapsing, getting 2, maybe 3 players on the ball. If you're Salesianum, you have to recognize that that's coming. So you get it inside, then toss it right back out. You'll find yourself with open men on the perimeter. As you can see with the uniforms fluttering, a breezy day here in Malvern. We hit about 62 degrees. As winter's trying to hang on, but spring is here. Timeout breaks up, and it looks like we're just about ready to restart this one. .2:14 to go here in the second quarter. First half, if you will. 8-3 lead for Malvern Prep. Thanks so much for joining us from Quigley Stadium. It's right into the double team. Gets over the line. Santori will go to the outside. Well, looked like he had Civitella beat, but then doubles back anyway and tosses for Cannon. Colby Bushweller. Great pressure here from Malvern Prep. Making you work to get inside that box. They really spread out well. I think Salesianum may just have to work a little quicker. Try to shrink this pressure. Cannon back behind X. Nice switch as Falconetti tries to come out in front. Shot comes in. That goes wide, but backed up by Salesianum. 1:36 to go in the second quarter. Ball back behind Mcgovern. Has it now for Santori. Now Bushweller. Far side for Cannon. Being looked at by Frankenheimer. Nice move to get away from him. No cutters in front, though. Wong trying to nestle himself out in front, but he's covered now as Santori tries to stutter step, and he's forced outside by the double team. Nice look around the far side. Cannon tries to power his way in. Tosses all the way across the near side. Out in front. Nice look to the crease. Unable to pick it up cleanly, though, is Mcgovern. He is decked. And we a loose ball push. It stays Salesianum ball. 1:03 to go in the second. And you see it there. The second they get inside, they do such a great job of collapsing. Can't get your hands free to get a shot off. That is something that the Salesianum coaching staff's going to have to figure out at the break as we're down to 50 seconds to go in the period. Cannon. Couldn't release it to anybody. Didn't look like Santori was ready for it. He'll cut to the left. Good switch again. Looking for help at the crease. Goes back down for Cannon. Goes to his left. Good switch again. Ball down. Battling to the far side and picked up by Falconetti. 27 seconds to go in the quarter. Falconetti forced back. Tries to ward his way in. Tossed out in front. Ball down as it was deflected by Civitella. And here comes Malvern Prep the other way. 16 seconds to go in the quarter. See if they can respond. Fast break, but good job by the coaching staff. I think they realized there was no real advantage, so they'll call a timeout. It don't look like Paton might have been able to make a step. So with 11.6 seconds to go in the second quarter, Malvern Prep takes their first timeout. And again, not necessarily setting up the last shot, just want to set up a good shot in these last 11 seconds. Want to make sure you get some quality and then certainly communicate. Tough part about it here for Malvern Prep is they're not facing the clock. So they're going to need whoever's back behind at X to kind of bark out the call, bark out the time. Maybe in the last 5 seconds, whoever has it makes a move, gets the hands free, and just fires it towards the cage and hopes. But up by 5, not exactly a disaster if Malvern Prep doesn't score, but still, you want to get a good shot off and finish off the second quarter strongly. Getting towards late April, early May, you certainly want to be on top of your game. Finishing conference play, getting into conference playoffs, and then going into, well, further at the state level for both of these teams. Again, Salesiano has a great tradition of competing well in Delaware. Same goes for Malvern Prep in Pennsylvania. Timeout breaks up. And again, only 11.6 seconds to go in the second quarter. So here we go. Malvern Prep with the ball. Civitella sweeping across. Mcgill, 4 seconds left. Looks to the near side. Oh, unable to look it into the cross with Spanos. And that is how the period will end. If he picks that pass up cleanly, he had a bit of an angle, but far outside. But maybe able to at least get a decent shot off, but that's all for naught, as he just couldn't look it in. So that's halftime. Great first 24 minutes for the Malvern Prep Friars. As we'll all take a break with Malvern Prep leading Salesianum by a score of 8-3. We'll be back with third quarter action in just a few minutes as you're watching the Sports Fanbase Network.
Welcome to Granite Run Buick GMC. Here's what some of our customers have to say.
It's more of a family atmosphere here.
Thank you, Granite Run.
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 If you're in the market for a new car or truck, do what I did. Go see my friend Ryan Irish and his team at Granite Run Buick GMC. These guys are the best.
And that's why we welcome you to Granite Run.
Visit us in person or online at graniterun.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Quigley Stadium on the campus of Malvern Prep here in Pennsylvania. About to head to third quarter action with Malvern Prep leading Salesianum by a score of 8-3. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. My name is Tom Wilms here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Will Paton and Jack Joggers leading the way for the Friars with 2 goals each. Champ Doyle, Evan Waite, Eric Spanos, and Evan Lotz, the other goal scorers for the Friars. 1 goal each. As far as the Sallies are concerned, Brian Wong, Logan Bushweller, and Brady Mcgovern. So here we go. It is Malvern Prep in the white, Salesianum. They are in the blue. Faceoffs were 7-6 after the first half of play. And I'd say of the 13 faceoffs, maybe 3 of them were won cleanly. Other were on violations. Doesn't look like we have any changes between the pipes, but we'll confirm that. Actually, it does look like Salesianum might have changed their goaltender. Back underway. Almonte against Bushweller. Still loose. Still loose. Bushweller gets upended and taken over by Rushton. Nice look out in front for Mcgill. Can't control the pass behind him. So scrambly play here. And looks like it was a legal screen. And it will belong to Malvern Prep. So now between the pipes for Salesianum, a freshman. Number 19, Ryder Sellers. And he's actually listed on the JV team. So he's getting an opportunity against one of the top teams in southeastern Pennsylvania. So I guess that's the advantage of non-conference action, non-state action in Salesianum's case here. Get these young guys some experience. Doesn't get any younger than him. So here's Paton. And worked all the way around for Colin Houston. Gets inside the box, looking to go up against Santor. Nice little slide. Trying to get a shot off there with Civitella, but crept out of his cross. And he'll regroup. We're 1 minute in to this third quarter. Evan Lotz goes to his left, trying to get an angle. Takes a shot. Nice save by Sellers. It's loose back behind. And they're not calling the backup. They're saying turnover. So it is Salesianum ball. And it did look like it was blocked and then touched again. So Salesianum will try the clear. Dominic Ratura. First, he was heading right up the middle, but he's slowed down by Nicholas Potemski. Santor. Good step up here by Mcgill. Powers through him. Now turns to a triple team. Fights through that stick check by the long sticker, Jake Brownlee. Now cuts through. Trying to get a shot off, but Brownlee stayed with him and swatted it away. Still between the pipes for the Friars is William Pettit. He has possession. Tosses up ahead. Civitella cuts inside. He gets over the center line. And one thing that's been a difference in this one is Malvern's ease on the clear compared to Salesianum's. Paton. Taken by Houston. And William. Now the Malvern Prep has done such a good job of pressuring the clears, or the clear attempts by the Sallies. They just come in layers. Stosek buries his head, tries to run over Chad Cannon. Jack Joggers, he's got 2. All the way across. Fired but wide by Stosek. Is backed up, though, by Malvern Prep. 9:28 to go in the third. Colin Mcgill looked at by Chad Cannon. Cannon is an asset for this Sally's club. Goal line to goal line, and a nice look out in front, and he scores. Jack Joggers just peeks on in. Left all alone. Third goal of the game. 9:15 to go, third quarter. It's now 9-3 Malvern Prep. Second or third time we've seen that simple cut from the midfield position. Just able to nestle his way between the defenders. So it'll be Garifo for Salesianum. Cabahanga Almonte for the Friars. These faceoffs are starting to become that much more amplified. 6-goal deficit for Salesianum, so they need to win these. Even more so now to try to get back in this game. But Almonte wins it cleanly. Second straight face-off win for the Friars. And they got a great two-headed monster in the face-off X. You got him and Veringer. And Veringer is just a junior. Actually, so is Cabo Almonte. And he's going to be a great asset in a couple of years for Lehigh. Evan Waite will control it, wearing number 11. Of Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. He's a senior. Back behind for Paton. Nice cut. Shot comes in, but nope, fanned on. As Potemski just didn't quite have it in his cross. Chad Cannon will try the fast break the other way. 4-on-2. Being chased from behind. Nice toss over for Falconetti. Jumps, fires, and it goes off the post and in. It just made it inside. Colin Mcgill. Correction, Brian Wong, his second. And I thought that Falconetti coming across was going to take the shot. But then it was Wong again off the post and the backspin. Just let it roll over the line. It was just enough. So Wong, his second of the game, 8:21 to go in the third. Now 9-4 Malvern Prep. Garifo against Almonte again. And this time won cleanly by Salesianum. Let me get some momentum here. It's Colby Bushweller. Now for Falconetti. Actually, that was Boyle, 12, not 11. But Falconetti has it now, wearing number 1. Now under 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Rushing goal line, but Zostak stays with him. Oh, dropped off for Santori. He's looked at by Rushton. And great pressure from Malvern Prep. They just don't let you breathe. They stay with you as best they can. Nice sweep across by Falconetti, looking for anyone out in front. No cutters. Back now for Boyle. There's a switch midfield-wise. Oh, they may have just called offside. Thought it was close. But Mcgarity came in maybe a little bit too soon. Because again, the far side mid, he came back over the line. And the near side mid, he came in. Again, you're allowed to switch that kind of way. Oh, turnover. As Timothy Mitchell couldn't quite corral it. A little sloppy play over the last 30 seconds. Down to 7:14 to go third quarter. So here's Falconetti. Cannon wearing number 7. He's heading to Providence. So he's playing against the Friars. Next year he'll be one. Cannon will come on back, and Santori will toss it around here for Mcgarity. Mcgarity trying to get to his right against Carlini. He gets through and tosses it near side. I'm surprised he didn't get a shot off there. He drew in defenders. Maybe just didn't think he had his hands free. It's Falconetti. It's way outside. Spins right into the double team. Little pick and roll. Lost it and taken over by O'Connor. Correction, that was Michael Buono. Ball down once again. And it scoots out of play. And it will be Malvern Prep ball. And once Salesianum gets in that little trouble again, they get inside of that four-man box inside. Malvern Prep does a good job of collapsing on them. But I don't think Salesianum has recognized that just yet. You can go inside, then back outside. Instead, they try to get those hands free, get a shot off, take some time to kind of cradle it. So here's Houston. Back now for Lotz. And Civitella gets over the center line, gets possession, gets inside the box. Now here's Potemski. Back behind for Paton. Paton's got 2 on the game. All the way around here for Houston. 5:45 to go third quarter. Here's Lotz. Trying to power his way through Colby Bushwell. Takes an outside shot and he scores. Evan Lotz with an absolute rocket as he goes low and bounces it through the goaltender Sellers. Second goal of the game. 5:38 to go in the third. It's 10-4 Friars. Okay, got those hands free about 15, 20 yards out. And nothing that Sellers can do is, again, perfectly placed bounce shot, rather. So the Friars extend their lead. Now up by 6, their largest lead of the game. And the faceoff win by Salesianum. Trying to work through here, Santori. Nice cut. Shot comes in. That goes high by Falconetti. Good job to receive that pass low and then just decided he already had an angle. Trying to go low to high, but could not get it on cage. Followed up, though, by the Sallies, and they have possession. Falconetti has it back behind an X. Over here is Boyle. Didn't pick that up cleanly. He's being harassed by Jackson Powers. And the Sallies settle it down. Cassidy all the way back for Santori. Now for Bushweller. Room to the outside. Nice look back behind. Falconetti. Tries to ward his way through. Push down. Tries to drop it away. Loose ball. Trying to scoop up there was Wong. And it goes out of play. Malvern Prep ball. And when you go down like that, you don't necessarily have to give it up. You can still be on your backside and cradle. Certainly not the easiest thing to do, but I guess he realized or felt that he could toss it back. They just didn't get anything on it. So Rushton clears cleanly. And now it turns into a fast break as Civitella moves in. Left-hand shot, and that goes high. But it is backed up by Malvern Prep. And they'll maintain possession with 4:24 to go here in the third quarter. 10-4 Malvern Prep. Yeah, if you're either team, fast break points, fast break goals come at a premium. Both these two so wise defensively and on the transition. Got to at very least make the goaltender make a save. Lots now for Houston. And Civitella goes wide. Behind for Potemski. Looks for Cutters. Has one. Bounce shot, save, rebound. Is loosed inside. Backhand try, they score. Loose ball picked up by Paton. Able to get his hands free. Just go to his backhand and shovel it home. It's his third goal of the game. 3:48 to go in the third. It's now 11-4 Malvern Prep. Nice pass up high. Great save. Right there, you're on the crease. Colin Kennedy's got to take care of business. Then he forgets the box out. And Paton scoops it up right at the leg of Sellers. And no problem. Empty netter. That is the challenge of picking up rebounds. You have to box out your attackman. But if you see that loose ball there, this face-off is won by Salesianum. They're actually leading in that category in the half, rather. But no clean possession just yet. Finally, Colby Bushweller scoops it up. Buono stayed with him for a while, but he'll hide back behind an X. Tosses all the way back up top now for Mooney. Mooney trying to cut wide, double teamed. Nice cause turnover by Timothy Mitchell. And here come the Friars. Fast break, moves in, drops it off. Paton trying to look to the crease, but it was blocked. Scoops it right back up. Nice ball luck there from Paton and the Friars. And even when they give it away, they can't give it away. 3 minutes to go here, third quarter. 7-goal lead for Malvern Prep. Joggers already has 3 on the game. Dumps it back for Potemski. Okay, with this scoreline being what it is, if it continues this deficit and or advantage. Nice look out in front. Shot comes in. That goes wide by Joggers looking for his fourth, but it is backed up. I would expect to see some new faces out there on both sides. And we already have Ryder Sellers in goal for the Sallies in relief of Jake Marchafava. Yeah, non-conference, so maybe just getting him a look. Zostek has it being looked at by Dylan Mooney. 2 number 10s battling on the near side. Cuts wide looking for the sweep. Nice switch. Wait inside. He gets underneath, then pushed away. Tosses far side, a little bit too high for Joggers, and that will be Salesianum ball. 2:09 to go, third quarter, 11-4, Malvern Prep. Joggers and Paton leading the way with 3 goals each. Trying to clear on the near side, Mcgarity. Lost it, successful. In the ride as they take it away, Potemski. He could have kept going. Between him and Rushton, they could have snuck in, maybe got a shot on goal instead. With the lead being what it is, 1:45 to go in the third. No rush, double it back. Zostek. Now here's Paton. Back for Zostek again. Future Nittany line, a little trouble with it, but not much in the way of pressure. Then he swims through one check, and good push there by Mcgarity. And ball down, actually flag down as well. Scooped up by Malvern Prep. And the Friars will be heading to the man up. But delayed call coming up against Salesianum. Maybe that little push was a little high for the officials' liking. Joggers back now for Zostek. Wait. Joggers tries to power through. Spins to his left. Lost the ball and the stick. As Cannon knocked it out of his hand. And we'll have our first man-up situation for Malvern Prep with 57 seconds left to go. So, pushing violation, 30-second call. 57.7 seconds to go in the third. It'll be against Michael Mcgarity as he will take the knee. Late here in the third, man-up situation, 30 seconds, Paton back, under pressure. Swims away from one check, tosses it off from way outside, saved by Sellers. And he hangs onto it, and he should be able to kill the last 10 seconds of this man-down situation, but it goes out of play off of a Malvern Prep stick. 32.7 seconds to go in the third. Patrick Boyle, the junior, try to avoid the ride of Colin Mcgill. Tries to push him to the outside. Nice move to get to the middle. Gets over that center line as the man-up has expired. Now he's double-teamed. Lost it. Ball down and picked up on the follow-up by Chad Cannon. 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Cannon trying to move up. Staying with him, Noah's Rushton. Force him to spin away. Rushton continue those wrap slashes. Tossed over now for Falcon. He tries to go to his left, hands free. Takes a shot, goes wide. But it is followed up by Salesianum and Brady Mcgovern. 5.6 seconds left to go. Salesianum desperate to get the last shot. Got to get it in front of the cage. Need cutters. 4 seconds left. Circling around. No help. Good push to the outside by Max Joggers. Tries to get a shot off, deflected up in the air. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So heading to the fourth quarter, we will take a quick break. But first, we will remind you that if you're looking for a way to keep your kids active and engaged this summer, Malvern will offer day camps for kids ages 6 to 14 located on our beautiful 103-acre campus. Camps include arts and crafts, group games, fitness, movies, swimming. Lunch is included. Before and after care is available as well. For more information and to register, visit malvernprep.org/summer. We'll take a real quick break. Back in a moment with fourth quarter action with Malvern Prep up big. You're watching the Sports Fan Base Network.
Welcome to Granite Run Buick GMC. Here's what some of our customers have to say.
There's more of a family atmosphere here.
Thank you, Granite Run.
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 If you're in the market for a new car or truck, do what I did. Go see my friend Ryan Irish and his team at Granite Run Buick GMC. These guys are the best.
And that's why we welcome you to Granite Run.
Visit us in person or online at graniterun.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Quigley Stadium in Malvern, Pennsylvania, on the campus of Malvern Prep. Fourth quarter action has begun. It's been all Malvern Prep leading 11-4. Tom Wilms here. Thanks so much for joining us as we've switched sides again. Salesianum in the blue, Malvern Prep in the white. An 11-4 game. Will Paton and Jack Joggers leading the way for Malvern Prep. Another turnover, and they will get over the center line. Here's Brownlee with the long stick. Tosses over now for Matthew Irvine getting his first action. Normally a defensive midi, but they're giving a chance offensively. Maybe he'll, after he dumps it off, he'll come off for the substitution. Back here is Potemski. Potemski back now. Here is Houston. Again, no rush here for the Friars, up by 7. Joggers to the left. Spins to his right. Trying to bury his head. Tosses across. Lots. Gets through. Forced wide. Potemski wanted to return to him. Instead, dumps it over now for Mcgill. Mcgill, nice look out in front, but it goes off the top of the cross of Paton and swallowed up by the goaltender Sellers. Loose ball down. Dump back for Sellers. Back inside the crease, then lost it out of his cross. Followed up by Mcgill. All alone in front, and he scores. Well, a little bit of a panic there from Ryder Sellers, and right after that one went in, just hands to the head going, oh, what did I do there? Mcgill scores his second of the game. It's now 12-4. But that's a little bit of inexperience from Sellers. Just because someone's coming at you doesn't mean you have to give up the ball. And he just kind of tried to toss it away, anticipating, maybe he was anticipating the body contact, something he may not be used to. But either way, Malvern Prep now up by 8. And they have certainly pulled away in this one. Certainly not something we expected. Again, these two teams fought to a very tight 10-8 game last year. Malvern Prep won. Salesianum, always a contender in Delaware. Again, but they lost last week to Cape Henlopen. A 12-8 loss, and that is the first loss in state for them in 5 years. So maybe they're just reeling from that loss. Again, it's also non-conference, so you may not be completely bringing it. But Salesianum, they tend to travel all over the East Coast. I mean, they went up to Long Island and took on a very, very good Garden City club twice. And actually won. Garden City, one of the top programs on Long Island, at least traditionally. So they face all comers, just having a rough time against Malvern Prep as that shot is in. Evan Waite scores his second. It's now 13-4. The rout is on here in Malvern. Just very little that Salesianum has been able to do. And he tried to force to the outside, but Waite still had hands free. And it was a real nice shot at the far side post. And again, with a right-handed goaltender, the cross up to the next to your right, the right of your head usually, to get that stick over to the left hip, it is the toughest part of being a goaltender. And again, taking advantage of the relative inexperience of Ryder Sellers. Ball down, scooped up by Malvern Prep. Another face-off win for Cabo Hagamonte. See, he's starting to heat up here. Slow start to the face-off X for him. But has responded as Doyle drops it off. Open on the near side, but it was Kellen Matthias. Looked like he was shooting before he had possession. That is a common error in lacrosse. Just want to wind up and fire, but you have to have it in your cross first. So it'll be Salesianum ball. And I will say Malvern Prep has done a great job on the ride so far, but as we say that, Cannon with the clear. It runs right into a triple team. Tries to toss it over. Lost. They tried the one-handed. Oh, better off two hands. But taken over here by Ryan Iacone. He'll get over the line and tuck inside the box. Here's Champ Doyle. Future Fairfield Stag. Worked all the way around now for Paton. 8:37 to go fourth quarter. This one has been all Malvern Prep. 13-4 is our score. The Malvern Prep's credit, no stalls. Very rare for them. Certainly well within their rights to slow it down. Up by 9. Right. Here to play, really kind of, wouldn't say warm up, but key up for conference play and for conference playoffs coming up soon. Trying to swim through with Matthias. Good defensive work on him. As Colin Kennedy stayed right with him. Forced him back. 8 minutes to go. Cut to the outside, Civitella. Cannon stays with him well. Now Matthias is back. Over for Keenan O'Connor wearing 42, and back from Matthias. Matthias, softball from Boyertown. Gets the pick. Had the roll from Civitella. Now gets it to him, but still forced back. Civitella spins to his left. Real nice defensive work from Salesianum, but Malvern Prep, to their credit, not taking chances here. And you can come back from a deficit like this very quickly with face-off wins and fast break opportunities. But you got to have the ball to do it, so Malvern Prep is very wise to just hang out with it. They've been working it well. Can you keep the ball moving, you'll be less apt to get a stall warning. Nice look out. Shot comes in off the pipe. Keenan O'Connor rattles it off the iron. It will stay Malvern Prep ball in the follow-up. Matthias will get the restart, but a timeout called by Salesianum. I think they recognize what's going on here. So they will take a quick break and kind of work it out with 7:05 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take that break as well. Back in a moment here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Welcome to Granite Run Buick GMC. Here's what some of our customers have to say.
There's more of a family atmosphere here.
Thank you, Granite Run.
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 If you're in the market for a new car or truck, do what I did. Go see my friend Ryan Irish and his team at Granite Run Buick GMC. These guys are the best.
And that's why we welcome you to Granite Run.
Visit us in person or online at graniterun.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live on the campus of Malvern Prep here in Pennsylvania. All Malvern Prep in this lacrosse matchup. 13-4 is our score. With get pretty much a foregone conclusion how this game is going to finish off. But great timeout called simply because a chance to work on some new things in a non-stress environment, but against top-quality competitions. They can work on things as they start heading for state playoffs. Look to the outside. That has bounced away. Not sure if that was blocked, but Evan Wade could not get it through. So it didn't go in on cage, but it is backed up by the Friars. 6:37 to go fourth quarter. Again, 13-4 Malvern Prep. 3 goals each for Will Paton and Jack Joggers. 2 only for Colin Mcgill. Evan Wade also has 2, along with Evan Lotz. Brian Wong leading the way for Salesianum. Got a couple of goals. Nice look towards the crease, but Champ Doyle couldn't pick it up clean. Will Paton will control. Wind blowing left to right on your screen. A breezy day. Starting to cool down a bit as well. Cloud cover continues. Again, all being kept to the outside. Malvern Prep looking for cutters, maybe outside shots, but maybe Civitella takes that shot if it's a closer game or if it's a deficit from Malvern Prep. They're not taking any chances. They're all already inside the restraining box. I wouldn't be shocked to see a stall coming eventually. Wade all the way around, shot from the outside. That goes wide by Civitella, but backed up by Paton. Again, the best way to avoid a stall warning is to just keep playing. Officials are just... If you're just standing there with the ball, not being pressured, they'll call the stall. But if you're still moving the ball well, they're going to kind of, I wouldn't say ignore it, but a little slower on the stall. Nice cutout in front. Shot comes in, they score. Nicholas Potemski just nestled his way inside for his first of the game. And it's a 10-goal lead for Malvern Prep. We've seen that play a number of times from back behind at X or from the side of the cage. Just a little cutter right towards the front of the net. And Potemski didn't have to put much on it. Just caught it in and then layered it on in there. So 14-4 lead. So not only is it a chance, as we talked about Salesianum taking the timeout earlier, chance for Salesianum to work on things. Same goes for Malvern Prep. What a difference a year makes. Last year it was only a 2-goal game. But this year it's 10 so far. The toughest things to do in high school sports is to have a dynasty, and Salesianum has that going on in Delaware. Again, you lose senior classes, and you have to replace them as a face-off violation, a little push, and it will be Salesianum ball. So the Sallies will hop on the bus after this one's over and try to forget about it. They play again a week from today. James M. Bennett High School will be their opponent over at Wesley College. It'll be a nighttime game. We'll be back here next week at a 4 p.m. start against New Jersey's Moorestown High School. They're under 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Salesianum trying to finish strong here. Bushweller swims through, takes a shot off the side of the net. I think the goaltender Pettit thought that was in, the way he reacted. Santor looking out in front. Tried to toss it, but it's blocked by Cooper Frankenheimer. And a great job by Malvern Prep to pounce. Winning the ground ball battle. So 4:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Nice toss up ahead now for Kellen Matthias. Not inside the box yet. Liam Timmons wearing 32 getting his first action. Mcgill. And now back up top for Keenan O'Connor. Back down for Jack Joggers. He's got 3 on the game. Back for O'Connor. Moves to his left, but Cannon stays with him. Nice reception of the bounce pass by Mcgill. Fires it and it goes well wide. But it is backed up by Malvern Prep with 3:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Timmons trying to get around. Cuts to the middle, but tough pass to pick up by Mcgill. It was at his hip. Wouldn't have gotten the shot off anyway, but to his credit, he has possession again. He battles against Mason Griffith, the sophomore. Back up top for Joggers. Look to the near side, sharp angle off the hip of the goaltender. And scooped up by Sellers. Under pressure, Sellers gets knocked down by Spanos. Second you step outside that crease, you're fair game. Another lesson learned here for the freshman Sellers. But it is Malvern Prep ball. Man up situation, I believe. Nope, it's not man up. I misspoke. From an angle, well wide there by Santori. Followed up by the Sallies, so they'll maintain possession. 3:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Mcgovern, another freshman getting an opportunity. Santori, and around the far side for Morrison. Morrison swims through, gets out in front, takes a shot, and he scores. Nice shot right at the hip of William Pettit. So with 2:52 left to go here in the fourth quarter, Salesianum on the board. It's now 14-5. Yeah, it's a perfectly well-placed shot. Again, I've mentioned a number of times that shot to the opposite hip. So tough to stop. You have two options as a goalie. Do you bring it down from the head or do you bring it around from the right side? You want to get your hip in front of that and try to knock it down. Moving through here is Boyle, fresh off the face-off win. Returned out to the front, and they score again. Nope, flag flies. The goal will count. 2 straight goals by Salesianum. As Griffin Mcgovern, the freshman, gets the goal. Again, he was just tiptoeing the crease. But I believe the flag was during the play. It has a great look out in front. Pressure from behind. And still tucks it home. He is hit hard by Claudio Chieffo. So 2 straight goals for the Sallies. Down by 8 with 2:40 to go. So You can score quickly in lacrosse, but I don't think you can score that quickly. But again, this is a fine finish for Salesianum. Getting some things rolling before they play their next game next week. Another face-off, and still loose. Scooped up here by Patrick Boyle. Well, Salesianum getting some things rolling. It's a little momentum, but the pass across is knocked away, and Iacone again with that high leg move gets over the center line. Last time it worked, it just had everyone flummoxed. Defenders were just standing there as he tossed it to the crease. This time he just tosses it wide. And the Friars set up the offense. Lots has it back behind an X. Tosses over now for Civitella. And both teams with a mix of youth and experience out there, with the scoreline being what it is, as we're under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Civitella trying to get away from Colby Bushweller, another freshman out there for the Salesianum Sallies. Well, they're calling out plays defensively. .127 left to go. Houston, one-on-one battle with Bushweller. And now the double team comes. Help coming as well. Malvern Prep controls again. This is Ryan Iacone, looked at by Cameron Marion. Down to 1 minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Malvern Prep with the 8-goal lead. And they're hanging on to it. Running his way through is Iacone, ball down. And giving up now to Salesianum. Trying to power his way through is Mason Griffith. He'll toss it back. No, he's going to keep it. And then he'll try the long pass up ahead. Long stick midi there is Dominic Ratura. Tries to start the rush himself. Sweeps across and tosses it low. And slowed down by the Sallies with less than 30 seconds to go. So let's see if they can get a last shot. And they were down by 10, now down by 8. They get the last 3 goals of this game. That's a nice little momentum swing. Falconetti right into the double team. Gets away from a stick check. Hands free, takes a shot. That's high and wide. It's backed up with 7.5 seconds left to go. So one last opportunity here is Wong. We can get him the hat trick. So he steps back on, looking for cutters. He'll head to the front of the cage after he dumps it off for Falconetti. Comes out in front, takes a shot, and he scores. Falconetti just picks the near side corner on the spin move. Oh, he's a little slow to get up. Looks like he's all right, though, with 1.8 seconds left to go. 14-7 is our score, and that will most likely be our final. Face-off battle between Logan Bushweller and Michael Veringer will probably not come to fruition. And they can battle for the fun of it. As that will do it. Great effort from both teams, but Malvern Prep just pulled away. And they come away with a 7-goal victory. Final score, 14-7. Goal scorers in this one. First for Malvern Prep. Hat-tricks for Will Paton and Jack Joggers. 2 goals each for Colin Mcgill, Evan Waite, and Evan Lotz. 1 goal each for Champ Doyle, Nicholas Patensky, and Eric Spanos. For Salesianum, 2 goals for Brian Wong, 1 each for Logan Falconetti, Logan Bushweller, Griffin Mcgovern, and Brady Mcgovern. Salesianum finished 0 for 2 on the man up. Malvern Prep 0 for 1. So, Friars move to 7-5, while Salesianum may drop to 4-6 on the season. Next up for Salesianum, a week from today, home game at Wesley College, 7 p.m. start against James M. Bennett High School. While we ask you to join us again, also a week from today, for our next Malvern Prep lacrosse broadcast. Friars will be hosting New Jersey's Moorestown High School. I'll have the call at 4 p.m. for that one here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Once again, our final score this afternoon, the Malvern Prep Friars 14 and the Salesianum Sallies 7. Now, for all of us here at Quigley Stadium in Malvern, Pennsylvania, this is Tom Williams saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.